Hello, BookTube. Believe it or not, our streak continues. Once again, I had a ninja mail delivery very late on Saturday, so that I had long stopped checking. I had long shifted to work and reading and watching Frida go to sleep for the night. And first thing this morning, my surly houseboy had put mail out that had been delivered well after dark. So it's not much, it's just 2 packages, but it does continue. We continue to limp along with mail. So let's see what this first one is here. In one of these adhesive envelopes. I wonder just at the physical mechanism of how this is happening. This is from a publisher. Because no person would ever send anything to me in packaging so annoying. This sticks to everything, so you have to tear it apart. But I wonder how this works. There must be people in the warehouses to send these things out. I find that a little alarming, a little odd. But anyway, now that we've torn that apart, let's see what we have here. It's a finished copy of something. Oh no! Oh no! It's another double. What's going on here? Okay, well, something must explain this. I'll have to figure out what it is. But this is another double. We've already seen this. It does look fascinating. I confess, there's no pub sheet in here. There's no sell sheet. The publicists aren't there to tip in the paperwork. So I don't know when this comes out. I got this finished copy once before, earlier in the week, and meant to check in case the date is coming up or is even just rightly passed, because I don't have pub sheets anymore, so I have to do the checking myself, and I didn't do that. So I don't know when this... I'll have to look that up right away and see. And I haven't read it yet either, even though it seems fascinating to me. This is by Andrew Lysett, and this is Conan Doyle's Wide World, Sherlock Holmes and Beyond. And the subtitle doesn't do the book justice. The book is actually a study of Conan Doyle's travel writing, which he wrote in enormous amounts. It's not an anthology of that travel writing. That would be wonderful if we had such a thing alongside this, but it is a study of that. It's following him and telling the reader the inside stories and of the background story of all of the different travel writing that Conan Doyle did, while quoting from that writing liberally. That's a great approach. I haven't got to this yet, and I don't know. I am assuming this is a June release. But I haven't actually checked, so I'll have to do that, especially now that it's right here. And then there's this next one, and it has the box. It's a box, and it has Book Depository right on it. But I thought I had all my books from Book Depository, so I don't rightly know what this could be. I thought I ordered a few things from Book Depository. I went in on a little spree, and that is over. So, okay, all right. I did order this. I'd forgotten this completely. I guess that happens, right? A lot of you probably order at Book Depository a lot more often than I do. Do you forget what you've ordered? And then things come in by surprise? Oh, I had forgotten this. I had this once upon a time in a hardcover with a green dust jacket, no artwork whatsoever. And I got rid of that hardcover. I don't quite know where or why, but it's masterful. The University of California Press, years and years ago, did a gigantic set of the Diaries of Samuel Pepys. One big annotated complete volume per year of the decade that Pepys kept his diary. They're magnificent volumes. The only reason that I don't have the whole set of them is because quite a bit of Samuel Pepys' diary is not noteworthy. It seems scandalous to say since I love it so much, but Pepys' diary is one of those canonical works where it actually is improved by abridgment. Because Pepys sometimes kept many, many, many entries that don't have any merit whatsoever. They don't have any interest at all to anyone except him. They were meant to be private. It's the weird thing about Pepys' diary is that it's a weird combination of things that were clearly meant to be private and just utilitarian, like a ledger, and things that were clearly meant to be found by posterity and read by them. There's quite a bit in Pepys' diary that he wrote it in a kind of very ham-handed, very easy code that clearly, I think, to me, shows that he meant it to be found, that he meant people to read it. He didn't mean the code to be indecipherable. And the University of California Press, when they did that, they started and ended the whole series with more general volumes. Volume 1 in the whole series was sort of an overview, and it's a great book on Pepys. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic book on him, on his time, his biography, and I have it. I found it, the last volume of the series is the companion, and that's what this is. And this in a lovely new trade paperback, fantastic. And this is basically an enormous glossary in great detail of everything that is mentioned, every proper thing that is mentioned in the diaries. And I loved it. I spent so much time with that hardcover that I had that I don't know why I would get rid of such a thing. I certainly couldn't give it to anyone that I know, because I only know, I think, 2 people who love this work, the Diary of Samuel Pepys, as much as I do, and they wouldn't miss having it for all the mud in Egypt. I wouldn't be able to give it to them. They'd already have it. I don't know who else. Well, anyway, it's not here. I saw this on Book Depository and immediately did a search to see if I still had that hardcover, and I don't. And I want it, because on a shelf of Pepys volumes that you really want to have, maybe some biographies. I know Claire Tomalin's biography is very, very well regarded, and I liked it too. And there was a 4-volume biography of him, 70 or 80 years ago that I like. There've been many that I like, but they don't compare to an annotated version of the diary. They just don't. The annotated version of the diary is going to include all the facts you need to know about the periods in Pepys' life that aren't covered in the diary, and they're going to have the diary. So I on a shelf of Pepysiana, of Pepys books, I don't know. I'm not sure that I would include a biography, at least one that's been done yet. But I would include, for instance, Everybody's Pepys, an anthology. I would include the Robert Latham shorter Pepys. And I would include, there was a Penguin Classic big oversized illustrated World of Samuel Pepys, the illustrated diary. I'd include that. I might even include Forever Amber. And I would include the first and last volume in this series. Definitely I would. So now what I need to do is go and find the first volume, which I hauled on this channel a long time ago, so I don't know where it is. I'll have to find that, and then maybe start that shelf. Maybe at least keep them together. But first a lot of reading, I think, is in order. First, just going through here, because you get not only the individual people, the identification of every person, but you also get lots of subject headings. Here's one on art and architecture. There's one on coffee houses, one on the Navy. See, there you go, where you get a long text. It's just a great companion, just what it says. It's a great companion to the diary that really explains it in a way that good footnotes will do, but this is far more detailed than any good set of footnotes could be. Fantastic. Okay, well, I had forgotten that I ordered this. And they got... Okay, I got the Book Depository bookmark, but I do believe this is the last book from Book Depository. And I think I don't have any more books coming from eBay or thriftbooks.com or anywhere else. I don't think I do. I think I called a halt to online book buying. We shall see. I hope I did, because it's a slippery slope. But I'm glad to have this, absolutely, and in new condition. That's great. So there you go. There was a Sunday mail. We have double of Conan Doyle's Wild World, book I'm going to read. I'll read it this weekend. I'll put it on the pile because I shouldn't have let it go. And I'll also check to see when it's coming out. And the Samuel Pepys Companion, a companion to the diary. Everybody that's in the diary is given their rundown in here that can be identified. And all of the regular recurring terms, theater and coffee houses and the Navy and money and the exchange and the Restoration, all of that is given a complete explanation here. And although I know the explanation, I remember with the hardcover that I had, most of the time that I spent on it was chasing down the biographical mentions of lesser known people, and that's a lot of fun because some of those people turn up once or twice in the diary. But the main impact that this companion had on me the first time that I made my way through it was to make me desperate to dive into the diaries and read them, just spend more time with Pepys, which I love to do anyway. Great, so that's a 2-book mail haul, but it's 2 books more than I expected on a Sunday. So we will rest on our laurels, and we will hope for some sort of mail tomorrow to keep this streak going. I can't believe it. I was just expecting that I would have no mail from now on, but I'll take it. So I'm going to wrap this up, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.